You might be getting older. Are you going to just run this business until you die and then the business is going to die in itself? Or are you going to sell it and keep some kind of equity in it? I think as black people, I think we be willing to sell everything except what we supposed to sell. We quick to sell our grandmama house, but we won't sell a business that we not willing to be able to put enough energy and effort into to really get the full value out of it.
I love it, man. I'm going to kick us off, man. Get us started, man. Yes, indeed, powerful people. This is another episode of Breaking the Machine. I'm your host, Ahmad the Poet, alongside my partner, Spank the Bank.
What up, though?
And today we'll be taking another incremental step in shifting the culture. Today we got a very great episode for y'all, man. Very powerful guest. We've been meaning to make this happen for a minute, so it's only right that we could do it now, man. We got an entrepreneur, man, tastemaker, one of the co-founders of BedRock, which is an international brand, and I don't even want to say it's arguably, it's the biggest brand in Flint, hands down. We got the good brother Los in the studio with us today, man. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm happy to be here with y'all, man. I'm happy to be here with y'all. Just doing this little brain test with y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we gonna have, a little brain.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I see you young brothers, man. I watch y'all, man. I know y'all very intelligent brothers, well spoken.
Appreciate
I'm
that.
glad to be here with y'all.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Man, I had a lot of questions prepared for this episode, man. It was a question that came to me while I was driving here. I wanted to ask both of y'all. What's y'all thoughts on universal income? And do y'all think that'll be something that might happen in the near future?
What you mean by universal income?
People don't got to work no more. You got a universal amount of salary that you make every month, because the robots have put you out of your job. So now you get X amount of dollars to pay your bills and stuff like that, and then you get a little bit on the side because we all get a universal amount.
You control. I'm not with that. You're a control slave.
But do you feel like there's anything we can do about it? Because the robots have progressed to a certain point, and they will continue to progress. That it's like it's almost inevitable in a way. Because I heard they got some, AI nurses now, and I was thinking about that the other day, like.
I personally, I just don't agree with those things because I'm dealing with somebody that's in nursing school. There's certain things that a human has to do that a robot cannot. You know what I'm saying? It's just
so it'll never happen.
I'm gonna say no, but they're gonna try to. But I'm gonna say no.
I mean, I think it's called welfare. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? That's what people do that don't work.
Yeah,
And then they ran a test on it, and they called it the pandemic.
Damn,
So,
they sure did.
Yeah, so whenever they get mad at us in America, or y'all playing the music too loud, or somebody get killed and we setting something on fire, they gonna lock the whole city down, tell everybody they can't go nowhere. It's really just a martial law practice is what they did.
Really was.
We want to see if we can go martial law on everybody. We want to see if we can make everybody stay in the house. And then in America, we wilding. You know what I'm saying? And what really helped America during the pandemic was white people.
I believe that.
Break that down.
Go ahead, Brad. Break that down. I can see a little bit of it.
White people wasn't standing, but
you're right. Okay, yeah.
You're right. Bullshit.
You're right.
That's when I learned about America. That's really what I started learning about the law. Because I went up north one day, and this was the time you couldn't go outside. You couldn't, they say you still couldn't wear no mask or anything. So we went up north to get on ATVs, and they just got a sign on their window say you can't wear a mask. Man, I walk in there, don't nobody got a mask on. They just, they living free. They don't care. Like, man, you want an ATV? Go ahead, go out there. And that's when I was out there, I just started seeing like a lot of Trump flags, just a lot of American flags. I'm just like, bro, ain't the world supposed to be on shutdown?
No, see, what it is that was like the test. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like you said, white people, they were still going out.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah. Even the civil rights movement. If it wasn't for white people, the civil rights movement would have just been that walk across that bridge. Because they'd start gunning them down. You know what I'm saying? But you got white people here too. And they standing here too. And you ain't finna run down Mary's uncle.
Damn.
You feel me?
Damn.
Whew.
Damn.
That's a deep statement.
Damn.
Man.
I mean, seriously though, you gotta have that, and that's what it was, especially here, man. These people here, and then you gotta think all the other states.
They ain't going.
Ex-Confederate states, the Floridas and the Texas and the
Georgias,
Man,
they weren't going.
Was shut down.
Yeah, I went to Atlanta during the COVID. That was banging.
Yeah, because that's they stuff. They like, man, y'all ain't finna cut our stuff.
Yeah.
So you think it's a different mentality in those states than in other states?
Yeah. No,
it's like a different culture.
Think about what happened in Michigan. All them people rolled up in them trucks.
Yeah,
up to
they
that
did.
Thing,
yeah,
there because they demand to get a haircut. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
people didn't. A lot of them was bald.
Yeah, facts.
But they came up there with them guns. They stood inside that Capitol building with them guns.
They did.
They knew them. They knew their rights.
I was just about to say, because they believe in rights and laws. We don't believe in that.
No, because this is their country and they know it.
So
and these
ain't our country. This not our country.
You know we visiting. No, it's our country
because
too.
I truly don't. I'm not gonna say. I truly don't believe all of us came from Africa.
It's like what Dr. Umar said.
I definitely feel like we was already here.
If you say an American and you close your eyes, what's the first image that come up? Is it a black man or is it a white man?
Man, it's a white man.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm gonna say we American, and this is like
I'm American for sure.
This is our country because we helped build it. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't help build it by choice.
Yeah, You
know what I'm saying?
It was forced.
Yeah. So of course we get that, but nobody never owns anything in America. You'll never own your house.
No, I know that.
You know, you own your house. You don't got to pay no mortgage on it, but you still got to pay
the taxes. Yeah.
And if you don't pay the taxes, they'll take your house.
Yeah, that's facts.
So
not even the Moors can get their stuff.
I mean, the Moors make it sound good. They act like they don't supposed to have no driver's license. They still be going to jail.
Yeah, they do. Some of them get out though. Some of them beat them. Some of them beat them.
You drive without a license. You go get out too.
We traveling,
but they gonna tell you, "Hey, don't drive again."
I did that shit. They took my car. No bullshit. I'm traveling. What the fuck you mean? I'm traveling, man. They took my shit so fast.
Is you crazy?
You crazy, motherfucker? Shit, I ain't seen my Chanley since then. Shit, man, it's part of life.
That's deep, man. I wanted to ask you as well, man, just about BedRock real quick. How did y'all market that? Because y'all just recently started the website, right?
Yeah.
So I've been trying to figure out how did y'all market it and grow it without barely any online presence?
Well, the thing is with BedRock, it's okay. The two owners is kind of like we both popular in ourselves, but we kind of like different branched off. Like my partner Jason, he from, he Alpha and played college football. He went to Grand Valley. You know what I'm saying?
Connections, resources.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he that guy, and then I'm a neighborhood guy who
easy.
Yep. But I'm not like a thug though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a neighborhood guy. Always been a leader. You know what I'm saying? Always been on that. Always been always been tougher by myself than I was with a whole bunch of people with me. You know what I'm saying? So it always made me move the right way, even when people that I might have had disagreements with, I could run into them with their kid or their mama, I'm gonna give them a pass. I could run into them with a lot of my friends, pass. When I see you again by myself, I'm mugging you again. I'm still mad at you, but I don't want him that he don't know how mad I am at you, and I might just want to fight you. I don't want him to shoot you or stab you and not be in prison for the rest of our life.
Got you.
So I know that I really can't. I can control men by controlling myself.
That makes sense. Like, all right, I know I got beef with this dude, but you know what? I'm gonna keep it
Give
cool
you a pass
because my man, he really like that, and he'll blow at any second. And I'm just gonna. I wish more people think like that. Like more men think like that.
Yeah, and it kind of worked. It kind of made even the people that really weren't cool with me or kind of enemies or whatever, it made them have respect for me when I was with my son. You know what I'm saying? I kind of just stood on that, and they got that. They knew that. They knew I was up. You know what I'm saying?
So how did you I'm gonna talk to the young kids out here. Like, how did you move in the streets? I know you say you wanted like a thug in them, but how did you move? In those times, because I don't know if he was looking over your shoulder, but how did you move and to make sure you could still see the next day?
For the most part, man, I always watch how I carry myself. You know what I'm saying? And then I would be the person. I'm smart enough to not do something sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I have friends and we'll be doing something, and if I ain't feel like doing it, man, drop me off. And they'll be like, "You scared?" Yes, I'm scared to go to jail for life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hate being cold. You know what I'm saying? I felt like jail so cold.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So no, I made decisions and I did things where people might think I was scared, and I said, no, I ain't gonna do it, or I say, no, we ain't gonna do that. I always was a different voice at different times. You know what I'm saying? And really just blessed. You know what I'm saying? To make it out, I don't got no felonies. I ain't no rat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I never even been in a raid, like where the police kicked the door in and threw everybody on the ground. Never been in one.
Thank
You know what I'm
God,
saying? And I've been involved though. You know what I'm saying? But just kind of like, and I always had something else to do. Like I wasn't the kind of person like I might run around in the streets, but I'm gonna take a class. You know, I would have a class. I would have a class at the community college, and I'll still be learning something. And I get myself out of those environments at different times. I always want to learn something, want to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Whenever an opportunity would come across to me, like I was always smart enough to know what I wasn't prepared for. You know what I'm saying? So even my first time I went to the Navy. Like when I got out of high school, that summer of high school, three of my closest friends got killed in 3 different incidents. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the summer, I'm like, I gotta go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So going there and then coming back and then talking to people and doing different stuff, I said, I want to go to school. I want to be a journalist, and I like radio. So you go to school and you do radio broadcasting, and you learn how to do that, and that gets you involved. You meet a few new people doing something else. You know what I'm saying? So I went from opportunity to opportunity just by taking small classes, getting myself out the streets. Like, you got to be willing to educate yourself, and you got to be willing to take yourself out of your environment sometimes. A lot of people is only in the situation they in because they never leave out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be hood. Like, I had a friend one time with me, and I had to run home and get something. Like, I had to run to the grocery store and drop it off at home. And he was in the car with me, and he was like, man. And I learned 2 things, too. You got to listen to what people be saying, too, right? And he said, man, I'm jealous of you. I'm like, why you jealous of me? He's like, cuz you be in the hood acting like us all day, but you got a wife and kids at home. You got a family out here. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to be moving around. If I'm in the jungle with y'all, I'm going to be acting like a monkey, too. Then when I go somewhere else, I'm going to act like a giraffe. When I go somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? I know how to act when I go places. You know what I'm saying? I ain't confined to my area because I always moved in and out. And I ain't never really want to embarrass my family. You know, I got a lot of cousins most of my cousins is girls. And I got older sisters, and they all good, and they do different things. So I knew my name. You know, it's funny because even still to this day, some of them be like, when they tell them that they my cousin, they be like, for real? Los? That's your cousin? You're like, yeah, it's my cousin. You know what I'm saying? But I always kind of was aware of how I was acting. My dad told me one time I used to hang on the block, and I wear my hat down real low, or I wear a hoodie. And my dad said, hey, man, I'm going to tell you what. You might think you looking incognito in here. But nigga, you so suspicious being that tall with that hat pulled down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you look like you hiding from something. He like, stop looking like you hiding from something. Stop standing on the corner. You know what I'm saying? It took me from, because you stand on the corner, you're just really hanging out. You're not necessarily selling drugs when you're on the corner all the time, but you standing out there and you looking like that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So
did you take that as a red flag when he said he was jealous of how you could move in both spaces?
I didn't at first. I kind of looked at it like, when he first said it, I thought he was meaning it under the terms of, like
happy for you.
Yeah.
But then when time came on and different things started happening, and you start having success in different areas and avenues, and different stuff started happening, all of a sudden people are gonna be jealous of you. You know what I'm saying? Because how you make this happen, how this happened for you, and now you moving in these different spaces, but they don't realize the time that you took outside of the space to get to where you're going.
So did success bring you anxiety with the people you grew up with?
No, not really.
Not really?
No, not really. Like, I think that I kind of like, I'm from a neighborhood. I'm from being a lot of people, but I ain't a lot of people friend.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So just because we from the same neighborhood don't mean we gonna be friends. It's just like the black thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe in black people as a whole. I don't believe, how they be like, man, we black. That don't mean shit.
Right, it don't.
just being black don't mean nothing because we won't have the same. We might not have the same mindset. We might not have the same
values.
Yeah. So I go by people's heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm a heart person and a mind person more than just black or from my neighborhood or from Flint or you rap or, you know, we got the same jeans on. That shit don't really mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? I identify people on something different, and that's why I've been cool with all the races. You know what I'm saying? And I say all the same jokes in all the same rooms. You know what I'm saying? It'd be cool.
One thing I always notice about you is a lot of the artists, some of the biggest artists in the city, I would always see you out in the element with them. That's kind of probably when I first caught wind of you, just because I would always see like the biggest artists out. You know what I'm saying? You be in the pictures, so I'm like, man, who is this brother? He do something. And then it was another artist, Real JT, and I saw you. I believe you might have been in a picture with him, or might have did some work with him. I don't know. That's not his real name, but he go by JT. But I was just like, man, this brother must work some way with the music. You know what I'm saying? I know you manage Louis Ray, but I wanted to ask you, how do you kind of work with them in artists, in like basically helping them with their relationship with family, friends, different things that they may go through, you know, as they, you know, rise in notoriety and success? Or is that something you kind of let them navigate themselves? Or
I know people. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's like a joke growing up. It was like I was the thug whisperer. You know what I'm saying? Like I could talk to a street guy and I could be talking to him about real street issues, about some shit. You know what I'm saying? And I could be like talking about maybe if you was just in the streets, how you need to make sure you spend some time with your kids or something. So when it comes to the artists, I've been around a lot of artists growing up. And when I meet people, I know about the music business and I know about life. So I kind of like mix it in with both of them. And with a lot of people, man, a lot of people want to get paid for everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So it's like with Rio and Mike one time, we kicking in early in their career, like pandemic time, right? And we would talk about something. We'll be kicking it for hours, man. They come to the store. We'll just sit and chop it up. Me and Louis might sit and chop it up before I was managing them or anything. I was just a guy from their area. You know what I'm saying? And being a guy from their area and having the history that I have and seeing who I am now, it ain't too many. I ain't saying it's not no more of me. I'm not saying it like that. But it's not a lot that they know personally. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like a person that was street doing, kind of running around the streets. Like as young boys, they see me running around the streets. And then as an older man, they see me running around with my family. Then the next, you know, they see me doing things with the label. And then my name always been good. They don't hear people saying a whole bunch of bad stuff, so they be willing to listen. And then I'm going to give them my opinion or whatever my ideas of or whatever I see. You know what I'm saying? And so, I don't know, we just kind of connect to each other from that kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? And them just knowing that, like I always would help, you know what I'm saying? No matter who it was, if it was an artist that I was managing or if I could just see an opportunity for them to get something, I would tap them in with it, you know what I'm saying? Because everything ain't for me. And even like just sharing information with guys, I share information with guys and people would think like, oh, you should charge them. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think you're supposed to charge somebody for information that you know. I think information that you know, you should share it freely.
Man.
And so, unless I have to write it down. If I have to write it down for you, then that's called consultation.
Yeah,
if I have
okay.
to do it
and show it to you.
if I have
That's
to
deep.
physically do it, then that's something else. But for me to take my time while I'm just in your presence to give you information about something that I know, I would be a fool not to give you that information. Why would God give it to me not to give it to someone else? You know what I'm saying? So I think, and I've always been free enough to do that. Even with my hood guys, I would tell them about stuff that was going on, like even being on the block. If it was one of my guys and he was on tether and he had all this jewelry on, I'm going to get on you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make you mad. You going to leave the block. You're going to be mad at me. But when you get home, you're going to realize I told you that for the right reason. I ain't tell it because I don't got no jewelry or because I ain't on the block too. I'm telling you that because you doing something that's going to bring some attention to yourself at a bad time. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been the one willing to say to whoever, man, don't do that, or that's dumb, or I ain't going. With my peers and we young, I ain't going. With my little homies, that's dumb. You know what I'm saying? And with the young guys, don't do that. So I was always willing to talk to people from on their level. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I relate to them all. I mean, I have good conversations with all our rappers in the city. At some point, I've had great conversations with them, and I can call on them, and they'll call on me, and we talk about not really just music though. You know what I'm saying? We might talk about kids or eating right, or just paying attention to your business. Not necessarily putting me into your business, but making sure that you're taking care of it. You know what I'm saying?
What's your musical background?
Man, I started off with like 25 years ago. We had an artist, and he had a song called Flintstone Kids, and it was like, we the Flintstone Kids. You know what I'm saying? And it did good. But my friends was doing it first. They was in the promotion because they had a lot of extra money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They had a lot of extra money. I didn't really have a lot of extra money. My money, man, I like to spend my money at the mall, you know what I'm saying? So they had extra money, man, and they had a lot of extra. So they would do shows and concerts, and I always was very. I have an opinion, you know what I'm saying, and I have a reason for my opinion, and I think that's one of the things. Not to fall off of this, but that's one of the things about the artist, right? If I tell an artist something that I think, I'm gonna be able to back it up. Like even with Louis, like I don't just tell him, hey man, do such and such, because who is that? You know what I'm saying? But whatever I tell you, whatever I ask him to do or say that we should do, I can give you a reason behind it. You know what I'm saying? Even with my kids, my kids can ask why. You know, your mama say, don't ask why. A lot of times I thought my mama just didn't know the answer. Or she don't know why she don't want it. You know what I'm saying? She don't know why. But my kids ask me, can such and such spend the night? No, why? Why? Because I don't want to ever have to feed them. I don't want to hear the noise. Like, you could just explain what it is. So I explain what it is. But so I got into the music business by being with some guys that was some promoters. And then I had an opinion about every single thing they did. And they said, if you want to be in, put your money. If you want to have an opinion, put your money in. So I put some of my money in to have my opinion. And then I had an artist, he did well, and we was about to do a deal with Loud Records, Scurvy, and he ended up getting killed. Man, like we was so close. Like we was like, when you doing the deal, it takes so long, and this was before like how everything moves super fast. So this was like early cell phones. We ain't texting on there or nothing. You know what I'm saying? You used to be able to text on the phone. So,
you talking about the big old cell phones?
Dog, even before that, man. Just look at, I know your face. You're like, what? You couldn't text? There was no such thing as text messaging and all that. So you just used to talk on them. So everything kind of took a long time. And while we were negotiating his thing in like the 30, 45-day realm of making everything happen, he ended up getting killed during it. And we didn't know how to call and say, hey, look, stop trying to give us this paper. He got killed. So we just that situation dissolved itself. And then I was like, I ain't gonna be messing with music no more. You know how you get a bad taste from something. And just what happened with me with that is it always just kept presenting itself. And then I might help out with this, and then I get real involved, and then something don't work, and I leave it alone. I was always, and I still am, man, I'm a person, I can tell when something is gonna fail. You know what I'm saying? And I've had friends be mad at me. Like, I might quit. Like, they be doing something. I'm like, I ain't managing y'all no more. I ain't messing with that records with y'all no more. And they might be mad at me. You know what I'm saying? But for me, and they'll say, oh, you ain't loyal. Because I might start dealing with somebody else, right? But loyalty don't mean I'm willing to fail with you. Damn. You know, people want to fail. Like, let's fail. Nah, bro. Shit ain't working. We quit.
Real shit.
So what does loyalty mean?
Loyalty is loyalty.
Is it like doing whatever? Is it like doing whatever it takes?
Killed over loyalty.
Because when you said that, it's like you know, I used to be a rapper, so I always get bars. When you said that, I was like, damn, that's deep. Is loyalty doing whatever it takes to win? Because you said loyalty is not.
Well, I think that I definitely believe in that. Like, yeah. I believe in like hardball cheating. I believe in it. You know I do. Cause it ain't like he cheating some 12-year-olds or 13-year-olds.
He got the championship.
Man, we all grown men out here, man. It's big business, man. If we gonna have to cheat, then we gonna steal some signals, man.
Yeah,
do a couple extra push-ups and go tackle somebody later at night. Man, let's go do that. Let's win the championship.
They won. Baby. It's about winning. You right. Hey. names in the record book.
Yeah, we ain't hurt nobody. We just did because you know what they say, all fair in love and war. I guess this is war. So
I mean, you do gotta look at life like that in a way.
Yeah, and as far as like loyalty, I think loyalty is just being true to what you believe in. I think that's what loyalty is. I don't think loyalty is like staying somewhere that you don't want to be. I don't think loyalty is sticking with a group of guys doing a business idea that's not going to be successful. Loyalty is being true to what you love. So, like, if you love your friend, he could be on drugs. I ain't really fucking with you, bro, but I still love you. I'm going to feed you. I don't want you to spend a night. You know what I'm saying? But I love you, though. I'm going to help you. You know what I'm saying? But, like, if when it comes to business and being successful, I think that we can't put our emotions in that. You know what I'm saying? We can't get too far in thinking, it's my man's. Like, if that was the case, you and your friends from childhood that you loved the most when y'all was 16 and yours when you was 16, they all be inside this room working on this podcast together. That ain't how it go. It go with like-minded things. Like even my partner from BedRock, man, he was friends since we were kids, but I was closer with his big brother. You know what I'm saying? Man, his big brother used to be running around, beating people up, having fun. Well, his big brother's beating people up. I was just having fun. But, you know, like doing those kind of things. And then later on, me and him become partners because at least we on that same wavelength of trusting each other, first of all, because that's the main thing you got to have when you got a business. But just being on the same page of trying to have something. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. I wanted to ask you because you said you can kind of know when somebody is going to fail. I see the same thing even with athletes. You know what I'm saying? If I'm looking at athletes and stuff, I'm like, I kind of know he don't got it, and it's not even a skill thing; it's a mindset thing. Yeah. What would you say is the number one thing that helps you that lets you know an artist or anybody is just like they not ready, like they're not ready for that next level?
A lot of people quarter horses. Like anytime somebody could oversleep, or they keep missing opportunities, or they not going hard. You know what I'm saying? They not willing to stay up late to do whatever they need to do. They not willing to change. Everything you got to do, you got to be willing to, you got to know what you're willing to sacrifice for it to happen. And I don't think a lot of people look at that. I think a lot of people get in things because they look at the financial aspect of it. Yeah. But what are you willing to sacrifice coming into it? You got to know that from the beginning. You know, it's like even me coming back into management and being in the music industry, I had to realize, okay, what I'm going to be willing to sacrifice with this? You know what I'm saying? You can't say, oh, I'm going to work hard, because you got to work hard. That goes without saying. So my thing is, what I had to realize, okay, I'm going to have to be out the house more. I like being at home. It's comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be out the house more. I'm going to get less sleep. So when I ain't getting that much sleep and when I'm out the house, I ain't complaining. A lot of people complaining about the things that they have to do to be successful. And if you complaining about what you got to do to be successful, you not going to be it. Impossible to. So even if it's an athlete, I call it the eyeball test with everything too. You know what I'm saying? And it works in sports, and it works in music, and it works in life. You know what I'm saying? You can get around a person, he can say he going to be a businessman. You can look at his business practices. You can look at how he move. You can see what he do in the evening. His evening routine is going to be detrimental to his morning and his night thing. So if it's a person and he like to at 6 o'clock, he like to play the game, you already lost. Yeah. I mean, at a certain age though. Yeah. Like I'm talking about an older man. A young person, he can play the game, because a young person playing the game keep him out the club. You know what I'm saying? Keep him from over a girl house. It saves you. Like even street guys, when we was in the streets and we was running, you know, little whatever kind of houses we was running that make our illegal business out of, we was in there playing the video game. You know what I'm saying? That's why we want to stand on the porch the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So certain things can help you, but as you get older, like one of my friends always used to be, man, as we got older, man, he could not take us playing the video game. He'd be like, man, they building space stations and y'all playing PlayStations. That was his bad thing, man. He'd be so mad, but he wasn't into the game.
That's real, though.
So I think that when it comes to what you doing and spending your time on, that says a lot about what you're gonna be doing as a man. Like, are you gonna be available for later on? It's like I had started working, and one of my friends had called me, and he was like, He's like, man, what you doing? I'm like, I ain't doing nothing, man. I was like, I be at work now. He's like, you work? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what you be doing? Like, I'm like, from 2 to 10. He's like, and then you be at the store from what? I'm like, from 11 to 1. He was like, what you be doing the rest of the time? He's like, oh, you be sleep, don't you? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I be tired. And he was like, well, you got to think, man. He was like, why do you think Jay-Z and Puffy and all them niggas, why you think they be working out? They ain't working out to be sexy. They working out to have enough energy to do what needs to be done for them to be successful.
Damn, I worked out before I got here. I'm working out to be sexy. Shit.
But it's giving you energy to do what you got to do.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's just saying for me, because I'm older, you younger,
Right.
so of course you still chasing. You know what I'm saying? You still got some things you got to conquer. Get ready for. You know, you got to get your summer body together.
No, you right though. Like even right now, I'm up here thinking about just what you saying. Just like I had to sacrifice. Like this summer, I feel like this is a big summer just for me in my life. You know, I'm about to be 29. I feel like this summer can really break me or make me in a kind of a way because I can get distracted and get to going to the block parties, the pool parties. But I'm like, man, I use this summer to sit down and really grind and learn a skill and really master it. Shit, 10 years from now, I'm going to be happy that I did that. Like, because it's so easy to get caught up in BS that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Then I forget about my goals. And I don't like watching nobody else win. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely get what you're saying.
I mean,
like,
but what are you celebrating though?
nothing.
Right.
Just it's the pleasure. It's the pleasure, you know. And I ain't gonna lie. First of all, I want a pair of Pradas on my feet. If I ain't got a pair of Pradas on my feet, no yays on, no chain, I don't want to go out. Cause I want to go. I got a standard for myself. You feel me?
Yep.
Like I want to go out. I want to shine. I don't really want to just go out with no half-ass shit. All right, we gonna go out. All right, I got enough to buy a couple drinks, but no, I want to go out. Shit, you know my presence is in the room, and I feel like that's no wrong feeling like that.
No, not at
you know
all.
what I'm saying? So like this is summer. I'm like, man, I'm sitting my ass down. Y'all
And
can have it.
the one thing that you got to do though, man, wherever you making a living, man, you got to make sure you live though a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make sure you enjoy life. Because if you ain't enjoying life and you ain't happy, you ain't bringing no happiness in, then you really ain't going to get the best out of yourself anyway. Like if you just sit there and it's like you have to know when you sacrificing and what you sacrificing for, right? But I think like, and then you do it, you might have goals that you're trying to get. But I see people, man, they might go years and they just work every day and they just work and they just get more money and they work.
They don't know what to do with it.
And then they start taking the smallest things. They go to the bar and that be the big deal for them. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going on vacation. I think you gotta live. Life is for the living.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta enjoy it. But a lot of stuff, man, that you realize, you know what's important.
Yeah, like right now I won't buy a TV. Like that's kind of like I don't know if I'm
You don't
sacrificing.
watch sports?
Yeah, I do, but I got a phone and a computer. Like I watched the game yesterday on the laptop, but like I don't want to buy a TV right now. It's just because I'm thinking about, all right, I got, you know, if I buy this TV, my electric bill gonna go up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about shit like that. I'm like, and I want a 65 inch. I want the guys to come over and watch the game and shit. So I'm like, all right, 65 inch, that's about $400. Do I really need to spend that $400 right now? Let me go look at my credit. I still need it. So like I'm on that right now, just trying to like my priorities.
That's
you know what I'm
good.
saying? But I don't get me wrong, I do want to buy the TV. I got the money to buy it, but I'm thinking about longevity and also like with my career, I'm off in the summers. So it's like, damn, do I really want to spend this $400 now? Something might happen in the summer that I might not got enough to pay for rent or something. You know, I just be thinking like that
Ain't
now.
nothing good coming on TV in the summertime.
No, it's not. It ain't.
Power coming back.
Power coming back
yeah,
on, but like I said, I got my laptop. But
I can tell you what's gonna happen on Power.
you for real?
No, just kidding.
Oh damn, that's my. I'm killed. I hope Ghost come back. I think he is. He been quiet.
You know they making it the last season, right?
Yeah, and I want to. I kind of figured out. I mean, it's been 4 years. So like he's 4 years. Does he get the check? You know what I'm saying? He got to graduate to get the money.
He gotta graduate.
He got to graduate to get the money. I mean, I'm a big Power guy. So like I was sick when they killed Ghost, and like me and my dad always talked about. We hated how the son killed his own father. That was I hated that.
Yeah.
That was whack. You know what I'm saying? They was real whack for that. But I don't know, man. I hope his last. I can't say get whack, but I don't know what's gonna happen to him. You know, I'm really excited though for it.
Yeah, that's crazy though. I ain't like that either. That the son killed the dad.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
And
As
listen to
many
his
people
dumbass
say-
mama.
As many, but look at that though. Look at that though.
The society.
You just broke that. You just broke that
Yeah.
mold right there. When you said that though.
What?
The son killed his father for his mama.
Yeah,
But man, she was dumb as hell.
but it's a
The
lot.
character, not the real person, but the.
No, but it's a lot of boys that listen to their mama that's dumb about their daddy because of their mama.
That's true, bro. Like if you really
serious, bro.
if
like,
you really watch it,
it's a lot of I know a lot of men that's good men that really love their kids, and they kids don't love them because they kids young too, but their kids don't love them because of the relationship that the mama got. Mama do that. You know what I'm saying? The mama make you know what I'm saying? Turn him against the daddy, make your daddy seem like he ain't nothing. So now you don't like your daddy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck that nigga. My daddy ain't in my life. You know what I'm saying? I be hearing that too all the time.
And some of it be because the mama tried to have to keep a nigga baby, or the mama will make it be difficult for the father to see the child. And the craziest thing about that shit is, it's always the good fathers that can't see the kid.
Yeah.
I wish I could hook some of these mamas up. Like, if we could fix it, I'll hook them all up with deadbeat daddies. Them niggas wasn't calling or coming around. Anyway, you deserve a deadbeat daddy.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Me and one of my homies, man, I ain't gonna say his name. We ran a trick on his baby mama. He had a baby by a chick. This before we had kids. He was like the first one. So she used to be tripping, right? You can't see the kid, boop, boop. At first, he was going crazy. I was like, he said, man, I got something for her. So when he hit her with that, he was like, I don't give a fuck. I ain't never had no kids anyway. Next thing you know, she dropping the baby off. You know what I'm saying? He tricked her though. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't give a fuck, dude. You try to keep this baby from me, and I don't care.
Knowing they care the whole time.
Yeah, he cared the whole time.
No, hold on. She knowing that she cared the whole time too. Like, I don't know why women do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why they do it. Some women, not all, but
yeah, not all. But you know, like I say, it be the
rats.
the deadbeat daddies all got the baby mamas that care.
Yeah.
And then the good daddies that can't see the kids, they be having the mamas. You know what I'm saying?
That's just us, or is that everybody?
I think that's just, I only know a lot of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I see it happening both. I see it happening both. I see men in different relationships and the relationship not going good with the ex-wife or the wife or whatever. I watched the thing yesterday on TV where this couple separated. They had a marriage counselor and she was lying. So the marriage counselor was lying to the wife, telling the wife, yeah, he told me that he cheated. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't. You feel me?
the marriage counselor was doing that? I'm suing.
Yeah, the marriage counselor was on bullshit. So the lady ended up moving in with the marriage counselor. The marriage counselor moved in with them first and would go on their anniversary dates with them. You know what I'm saying? And then they got to the point where they end up divorcing and splitting up, and she lived with her and they was abusing the kids. You know what I'm saying? In
The marriage
Utah.
counselor?
Yeah, the marriage counselor and the lady.
That's a good question. Do you guys feel like we should really trust therapists?
That's a good question. I think that's why I really don't go to therapy like that. Just because I can only trust certain people with my information. But it's a vibe thing. It's an energy thing. Like I was telling when I interviewed Dr. Tamer, she's a therapist. I was just telling her my first therapist that I had, I just didn't relate to her. Like I just didn't relate to her at all. I was just a white lady, and no shade against white ladies. It was cold, man. It wasn't no love. Like if I had like a black lady who was my therapist, who probably was a little bit older in age, I probably would have enjoyed it more. I feel like I open up to black women more. Yeah. I don't know. Me personally, older black women. That's just me personally.
Well, you know why that is.
Yeah.
We was raised by our moms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, we really wasn't having a relationship with men. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy. And my dad was, I said this on the podcast, I'm like, my dad was in my life, but at the same time, he was at work a lot, so I was around my mom. Me and my cousin always talked about that. We was always around our mothers. So like we would go to each other's house. Like our mama's in there watching, but you know, we doing what we doing. I'm like, damn, my daddy was in my life. He was just at work.
Yeah, and
That shit crazy.
And that's the one thing that happens when that was like one of my biggest fears as far as like having some money and being in the suburbs. Cause like mostly all my friends that I knew that grew older, they really didn't have, their dad wasn't around. Their dad was at work all the time. You know what I'm saying? Even now, like when I look at now, the stuff that I do now, like I get up and go all the time. I'll be gone. I don't think about nothing. I thought that I wanted that life all my life, right? And that's why God probably had certain things happen and then certain stuff didn't work out because he wouldn't have put me where I needed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like because in my mind, I would have wanted to be like Suge, just flying around, getting a whole bunch of money, beating people up all day. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the life. Suge Knight was living a life to me, man. I ain't lying, man. Just me being honest, man. Him and Master P, man, they had the best life to me. You know what I'm saying?
It's like you got two alter egos. One that just want to get so much money and one that just want to beat people.
Yeah. So, think about, I mean, in this business, in the music business, it's so much deception. And, the one word that I always, the saying that I be the most cautious of is when people say it's business, not personal. Because that's somebody that's trying to pull some bullshit on you.
Yeah.
Because nothing can be more personal than your business because that's what you feed your family with. So telling me it's business, not personal, man, you finna be on some bullshit.
Yeah, then you a whole ass nigga then.
And you need to get beat up.
I never looked at it like that.
Yeah.
It's business. Don't take it personal.
How?
Damn.
How not?
But it is personal.
What could be more personal? What could be more personal than that? And so a person to say, it's business, never personal. So when they do some bullshit, you be like, oh, that's just the cost of doing business. No, that's you being on some bullshit, bro.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? That's you doing some bullshit you shouldn't be doing. You pencil whooping me. So Suge was getting pencil whooped, but he was beating people up. So I understood the duality of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying everything he was doing was right. I'm definitely not saying that.
Right.
But when I used to look back in the days, I seen he had all his boys with him. He had all his boys on payroll from his neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
They don't talk about that.
Yeah.
They don't talk about that.
Yeah. See, Suge wasn't doing all bad. He just was a person that let his anger get the best of him. You know what I'm saying? And he probably was too egotistical. Same thing that happened to a lot of us men. As when we be in I could look in my life and I could look at back in the times when I was in my ego, I was making terrible decisions. Anytime I said, they don't know who the fuck they playing with, all ego. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just a person, it's just a human being being a human being. They ain't doing nothing to me that somebody else ain't
Doing
did
to somebody
before.
else, yeah.
Yeah, ain't like they trying to turn me into a dinosaur in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So they just doing what other humans got done to them. But when I be in my ego with it, you know what I'm saying?
That's
be in your ego with it. You be like, who they think they is?
And then, and then the whole time you thinking, I ain't nobody. Who the fuck I think I am? I think I can't get touched. I mean, no, ego a motherfucker, dog.
Or ego had you so you say you can't get touched.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ego had you saying that.
I just think about like a lot of the rappers like Pac. I feel like, towards the end, he was really, that night was ego. When you look at Pac last night in Vegas.
Yeah, or him trying to fit in.
I disagree with that. I feel like a lot of people say Pac tried to fit in. I don't think he tried to fit in.
Okay. Pac ran up on dude. The first thing he said out his mouth is, where you from? Where you from is a LA term for what set you from.
Right.
So for him to run up and say, where you from, not meaning who are you? Because if I want to know who you are, then that mean I'm trying to identify you personally.
Right.
But if I run up on you and say, where you from? And you say, where you from? And then we start fighting, then that's you being on something else. I really think Pac was out of his mind when he let that happen. I think Pac was super, like, I'm a very big Tupac person.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm real big on Tupac. I kind of like, if I could say whoever, like, he was the person that I kind of like, that probably helped me too. I kind of looked up to Tupac, right? I seen him have these care for community. I seen him care about women. I seen him care about children. So he was everything that I was, and he wasn't afraid. You know what I'm saying? But when he did that, he was running around with these Bloods and these gang members. You know what I'm saying? Because Tupac never was supposed to run up on somebody for taking a death row chain. Your name ain't even Death Row.
No. But he was on the label though, right?
Your name ain't Death Row.
It ain't. Why
Tupac.
That's the question. Why did Suge not do shit? That is a good question.
Suge ran over and kicked him too.
Yeah.
But why the boy that was with Tupac that got his chain taken by baby Orlando and them, why he didn't just see them and take off running over there to start fighting?
And I was watching the documentary. They talked about what Pac, the way Pac was raised. It made him like that. Like he was like because he was raised from the Panthers, so that's like a brotherhood. So that's all he knows. So basically, like when he joined with them, he looking like these my brothers. Shit, this all I knew. One fight, we all fight. I think that's really what the mindset he just had.
Well, listen, exactly. But what you say, if one fight, we all fight. I tell people all the time, man, if I'm standing somewhere and somebody walk up and slap me, man, you better not do nothing. You got to protect yourself first. Now, if somebody big walk up and slap me and I start fighting back, we all can fight. He could be the biggest person in the world.
Yeah.
If somebody walk up and slap you and you don't do nothing back now, okay. You get slapped by him. He not. If you're not willing to defend yourself, why would I defend you? And that's where a lot of people get.
Got you.
That's where a lot of people mess up at. I had a little brother that killed. He ended up getting killed. He was on that. He took up for so many of his friends all the time. That was his big thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, you don't supposed to be fighting somebody else's battles that's scared to fight their own. You can only help who help they self. You know what I'm saying? So you don't supposed to just be taking up for somebody that ain't willing to fight. If I ain't willing to fight, why would you be willing to fight for me? Because it's your ego. He ain't playing him. No, man. If he ain't willing to defend himself, and I ain't talking about like with a woman or a child. I'm talking about another grown man. You feel me? So Pac running over there fighting for that grown man that didn't want to go fight for his own chain. Shit, and then he probably still alive.
He is. See? He's still blood and everything. I just seen like a picture. He got an Instagram and everything.
See?
Yeah, he still that shit whack.
Yeah, probably don't even got that chain. Still don't got a death row chain on. You know what I'm saying?
Man, they took a great from us, man.
Yeah, I think Pac ran over there, being on that West Coast, hanging out, having fun, and that's where they disrespect came from too. You know, when you read back on what they were saying, that's how I kind of got that. I got LA homies. You know what I'm saying? But when you look back on it, he was on that because of them taking that chain from a Crip set, from a Blood set, They had a little bounty on those death row chains. Somebody took a person chain at the mall or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't even know Pac was a Blood until I restarted listening to his music more as I got older. Like MOB, he'd be saying like MOB on the songs and stuff. I'm like, that nigga was slanging on the records.
But it's crazy thing because Tupac was really just being with them, because if you listen to Tupac before that,
yeah, he wasn't on that.
He was running with some Crips when he was running with Mo Preem and all them cats before on the Thug Life thing. All the cats that he was running with, the guys that he mentioned in LA street guys, was Crips back then. Now you with Suge them, and you running with the Bloods.
Damn,
you know
so he was just
running with the crews. I don't think he was necessarily. I think he was just running with his crew. I think that happened a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think that happened a lot. I don't think that if you not really from that gang culture like that, then you ain't really from it. So you just really rolling with your homies.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I think that them LA guys, they got that, but they got it tattooed all on their body and they doing it different. But I see people coming from outside in. You can look at some of these rappers, man. You could go back. You were seeing with Blue Rags before, and then they might have turned to Bloods later. Shit, some of the Bloods, they was having a rag in the wrong pocket. You know what I'm saying? So you don't really know. You just playing the color. You just banging. You know, like, and then even when we look at like, but that's with anything. Even when we look at that Young Thug trial thing, right? I know we be off the.
No, that's cool. What is your thoughts on that?
Even when we look at that, bro, like that. I think if that's the case, if you could do that, every single person would be in. Every neighborhood guy would be in prison right now.
Well, like they ratting on
him? If you saying that if you a gang because we all shaking hands the same way, because we all kind of, if you all from neighborhoods, we might wear the same hats, so we wearing the same hats, and we doing the handshake, and then every crime that you commit, even though I ain't there, even though he ain't there, all of us got to be a part of this, and it's not like that. You know, one thing, it's that whole RICO thing was used for mafia. You know what I'm saying? It was used for organized crime. Now they using it for disorganized crime.
Oh, they not organized at all.
No,
So is he cooked?
I don't think so.
I was thinking that too, but I think the people that snitching is making it worse for themselves though.
No, man, like
they coming on camera. Yeah, him right there. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Hey, but everything they doing, every day in that trial is a reason for appeal. Every single day. Every day something is happening where you like, appeal. You know, even the one dude got on there and said, "Hey man, I'm high as hell right now."
Oh yeah, he did. Oh, you can appeal that.
I'm saying I'm high.
Right, yeah, you're right.
And then it's just like Louis was saying about the rappers too. Like, we taking a person saying a rhyme, unless you can connect the dots. Like some things you can probably connect and say, "Oh, well, that was that," and because he said that. Like with some of the crimes that happened with other artists that didn't use the lyrics against them, it wasn't as broad as what they making it seem like now. The times they're rappers' lyrics was used against him was like this guy in California. He killed somebody. He shot him with a 38, and on the cover he had a 38. And then he talked about a 38, and he talked about where he shot him. And all those things would only be knowledgeable to the person that committed the crime. Mm-hmm. But all these other little things that they piecing together and making together, man, that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's bull. And then so you can't testify on somebody if you drunk or you high or you inebriated. But you telling me the same lyrics that a person made when he was drunk, high, and inebriated, we gonna be able to use as a criminal stature for him?
That's deep.
See, that's some bullshit.
Big bullshit. So he might get out.
I mean, even if he, you know, it's like the thing is being charged as a felon. You know what I'm saying? Like, do we have to take that? You know what I'm saying? Like, as every crime that and so if that's the case, like I say, if that's the case, everybody in America, every neighborhood person will be able to be did that. And then you got to think where that's at. That's in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? You know,
one of them states.
Yeah, one of them states. You know what I'm saying?
Like Texas, but I want to move to Texas, but I'll tell somebody today, like, you can't do certain crimes in Texas that you can do up here. You book down there. They don't play. Yeah, like some weed or anything. Hey, you book.
And it's a certain kind of careful you got to be when you go to these different places. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the racial undertone is gonna be different, especially us coming from up north. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my biggest thing that I learned over these last 30, 40 years traveling. You know, it's like, I respect the South with their racism, though.
Yeah, because it's up front.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
boy, I don't like it, though.
Hey, boy, what you doing around here? Ain't that many of y'all around here? What you doing over here?
Yeah, I don't like it. Or you going someplace, and then they don't talk. And then, you know, it's the fakeness up north of it. And it's the, like, when we were saying about those businesses, like, man, you got to kind of, like, you got to still be on your shit. You can't think that everybody your friend just because they being friendly with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we be quick to start smiling when we think something going good, man. We don't got to smile all the time at them. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure that we be like a mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever they giving us, like traveling, especially traveling on the road, you'll go in places and I'll forget because I'm cool. I'm friendly with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy to be in the world. You know, hey, how you doing? You go someplace and they'll be like, they ain't saying a word to you. They ain't fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna be up north fake. You know, white people up here, they'll be up north fake with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, or people in general. You know, we be, you know, even in business, man, people would be like, I try to go with feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, something that we didn't ever do as men. Like, I think that's the biggest difference between a man and a woman is a woman go by what they feel. You know what I'm saying? And they feelings be fucked up sometimes. I ain't saying that shit be right all the time because they feel like shit that ain't true all the time.
All the time.
You feel like that, but it ain't true. You got the wrong feeling. Maybe you got the hiccups. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need to drink a Vernus. You know what I'm saying? but women go by what they feel and men go by what they think. And then if we look back on our life, when we look at decisions that we made, whenever we did something against our feeling and went with our thought, we lost.
Damn.
Because you will be feeling like, I don't feel like going to such and such, but I think I should go because everybody going to be there. And you go and be fucked up. You're like, damn, I knew I should have stayed home. You ain't want to go with the feeling. You know what I'm saying? You let your thoughts outpower your natural instinct.
Thought old girl might be there. Thought old girl might be there, so you ended up there. They had no business being there.
Yep. So I think that's kind of like the thing that we do the most is we be running inside that little thing.
What would you say is the most peaceful place you've ever been?
Sedona, Arizona. Sedona, Arizona, man, is like, it's that place that you gotta go that you can't tell nobody why they should go. You know what I'm saying? And then they got these energy vortexes, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, even my first time going, like, I really didn't have a real understanding of it. You know, my wife wanted to go. She into astrology and crystals and all those kind of things. And, you know, like, yeah. So I told my homie, like, yeah, I'm finna be going to Sedona, man. I need to stop in Vegas, man. Give me something to smoke. He's like, man, you better look it up. So I looked it up. And it's talk about how you got these places where you got these energy that's in the earth. And then, you know, it's like the trees be twisted. You know what I'm saying? And when I first went, my first time going, it was like people from Asia or whatever, and they was looking on the ground. And then it's like, do you know where the vortexes are? They was thinking it was gonna be a beam coming out the ground or something. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that magical. Sedona is one of those places, man. It's like a lot of Indian reservations around there, and you see how the Indians was living. You know what I'm saying? How those people was living and how they just was in places like that had natural things happening and they really can't even explain. So like Sedona, man, is probably the most peaceful place that I have been. You know, it's like I go once a year. It's kind of like a little reset, but it's really that. Like, it's really that. I can't even explain it.
Yeah, I heard Sahai the Prince talk about something like that on High Level Conversation. He was talking about the rock that lays underneath Atlanta. It's a certain type of vibration that it gives off. It's the same rock that Stone Mountain is built on. Stone Mountain is like 30 minutes from Atlanta. But I actually went to Stone Mountain, and it definitely is a vibration there. But when I was in Atlanta, I was just like, man, it got a special vibe to it. Yeah. Atlanta got a special vibe to it. It's different. I'll say that. It's just different.
Yeah, down south is way different. It's more fresh. It's just different for me.
Yeah.
It's just something about the A, though, man. I love Atlanta.
It make you want to do something crazy, though. That's what it do to my spirit. It make me want to do something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's like when I'm in that, man.
I do like Atlanta. Man, when Rio getting out?
Rio finna be home in a couple of weeks.
Damn, they didn't even know that.
Rio finna be home in a couple of weeks. Like, I mean, like, Rio can count he definitely, you know how you put the little marks on the wall?
Yeah.
He definitely got the marks on the wall. Rio on his way home, like,
for real?
Real soon. Like,
damn.
That shit about to go crazy this summer.
Days away from coming home.
Oh yeah, it's about to be a hot summer, man.
Well, it's gonna be a great summer, man. And it's gonna be great for everybody in the area.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody that's from Flint, Michigan, that got all the areas in general. I mean, like, and I say Flint because Detroit really did their thing. You know what I'm saying? With Peasy and with Ray and Vezo.
Payroll.
And,
Skilla, Baby Money.
Yeah.
4-2. They've been going crazy.
Yep,
but a lot of people don't talk about when Flint connected with Yachty. I feel like that really, was you there during that whole time? That really put like on Detroit on a whole, like Flint on a whole different wave. Like, I feel like a lot of people was like, Yachty rap cold off Detroit or Michigan beats. I'm like, yeah, that album was hard.
Yeah, I think Yachty, that was good that Yachty did that, but really that was Yachty paying attention to the trends. And so it was good. Just like it was good for Michigan, it was good for Yachty. You know what I'm saying? And it was good for it was good just making that connection. Flint and Atlanta always had that connection, just like Flint and Detroit and Oakland always had that connection. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was good. That was big for the city. I think that what's going to happen for the city, I think it was happening like with what Rio was doing anyway. It was such a natural thing. Rio even helped Detroit a lot because
we kind of took his sound.
Yeah,
I'm not lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna say what rappers did, but for sure, a couple rappers definitely took his flow.
I think
I ain't gonna say take his flow, but like they mimic it. Like, it's a song he on there with another rapper. I love the song. It's called Chicken Coop. They both rapping the same flow. They both rapping the same flow.
I think that the reason why people thought Rio was from Detroit is because Rio rapped that cadence that he was rapping, right? The cadence that Rio was rapping, I don't know how people gonna take it, but the cadence was more so of a Detroit cadence, right? That's why the Detroit people embraced him. But he was doing something that they couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rio is great with similes and metaphors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was talking to Reed one day, and I was talking to them, and I was like, man, who y'all grew up fucking with Pac? And like, nah, man, Pac way too old for us. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, no, we grew up fucking with Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
So when you think of Rio rapping a cadence that they can catch, that's a catchable cadence, right? That it can be mimicked easily, right? So that was the thing with the cadence. I'm not sure who the originator of that rap. Esham said he was, but I'm not sure. I haven't listened to Esham in a long time. I had Esham music. You know who Esham is? Y'all know who that is? It's the guy from Detroit named Esham. He used to paint his face. And he used to have do all kind of rapping. Homie, he's like satanic and all that kind of shit. So the first time I tried to play it in my car, I broke my alternator. Then it broke something else. Oh, I can't listen to that fucking music. Right? So I didn't get into it, you know what I'm saying? But Rio would rap that, and he would rap a cadence that was mimicked, that was able to be mimicked, but his metaphors and similes was something that they wasn't able to do. So it'd be crazy to hear a guy try to rap like Rio, and they just sound even more preposterous. You know what I'm saying? And while we on this whole topic, I hate that the world thinks that the Flint sound and the Flint style is just saying a whole bunch of stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Flint style is just saying any dumbass thing you could say. No, that's just them saying any dumbass thing they can say. That ain't the Flint style. The Flint style is not just saying.
I've definitely heard that before, so that's
it makes it seem like it's almost a joke. Yeah. That is like just to say the most preposterous things that you can say on the mic. Oh, you'll kill your mama for eating all the Cheerios or some shit. No, that ain't the Flint style, man. That's just that person from Flint that said that anybody can say something dumb on the mic and it'll be okay. When you look at Rio's similes and metaphors, a lot of the times is things that you go, why I ain't think of that? Like Wayne used to do. I'm not saying Rio is Wayne, but I'm saying
you can see the similarities.
I see how he's understood that and studied that pattern of rap. Like Rio rapping metaphors and similes for the most part. He just ain't saying anything. You know what I'm saying? I think that guys or people around the world, they didn't took and saying, oh, the Flint style is just saying anything. No, the Flint style ain't just saying anything. The Flint style is saying whatever it is that you want to say. You know, we have the most freedom to say what we want to say in our music because we've been independent. You know, the problem that Flint got is the thing that we have the hardest time with, like Detroit rappers. Detroit went through a hard time getting their rappers on, especially they street rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people like, what the hell is this? It's too. A lot of people don't. First of all, a lot of people don't understand us. I feel like that was the issue.
And Detroit killed all their rappers. You know what I'm saying? Detroit was. You know, Detroit was very. Detroit is a very like. You know, it's a rough city. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, no matter what you think when you come through here, it can get like that real fast. And a lot of people is with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't know where you at.
Yeah. And a lot of like growing up, man, a lot of times, man, in smaller cities, man, we grew up, there was a lot of accident killings, a lot of shooting out the windows. You know what I'm saying? Detroit, man, them guys was doing.
No, they got you.
They was doing like, even as a young boy, man, like even when I was running with Detroit guys as a teenager, I was surprised at their level of violence compared to ours. Like, you know, like they was light years ahead of us with what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? And how they was doing it. Like, you know, we see some people, you ride by, you shoot out the window. You know what I'm saying? They park around the block, jump out the car, and then come from the back up. And they was really on that. You know what I'm saying? We like, well, they on that. Like, they really own that. So, you know, like Detroit, they had that with their rappers, but they rappers came together and then they got bigger. And like, so with the T Grizzly, I really look at, as far as like that street sound, I really look at T kind of did that and kind of broke that open.
He did.
And then
I agree with you. That first day, I broke the whole window open. Him and Dej Low. They got to get them two, for real. You got to give it to them. Without them two, we still be struggling.
Well, I ain't gonna. I mean, you know,
I ain't gonna say we. I don't know, bro. T opened the door.
T definitely
opened the door big time.
He definitely opened the doors to Detroit, but I think that what he did was Detroit. It always had an interest in people from far away. You know, they knew like Detroit players, Detroit, you know, guys get money. They be out spending that money. They be around the world. When they be around the world, they spending money and they fighting and they shoot. They acting like Detroit guys was around America acting like they was in Detroit out of town. You know what I'm saying? Detroit guys had a gun with them out of town. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't have a gun with them out of town. You know what I'm saying? So people had an interest in it, but the only thing that was resonating with the music was the lyrical kind of things because that was the only thing that radio would back. You know what I'm saying? So it was good to see that the Detroit artists started putting their things together and then they started getting help from different places. And Detroit kind of did their thing. And then Rio came for Flint. And what he doing for Flint and what he did for Flint, he going to keep being able to do it. He going to be so big. He going to be great for that.
Yeah, he probably have a dog-ass summer.
And it's going to help everybody else, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a fruit tree. Like I tell everybody all the time, like, and people get caught up into that. So it's like having a big fruit tree, bro, and you got a fruit tree, and you put all your people up, and they can climb up there, and they can pick the fruit with you. Of course, they're going to get to pick the fruit with you. But just people being in that area and being from Flint and being from the 810, the fruit still fall down on the ground. You can't get all the fruit. You know what I'm saying? You just have to be ready. So if everybody get themselves ready, because a lot of people, man, they think just shouting out Rio name and being friends with Rio, that shit ain't gonna get you on. That shit ain't gonna work. You could do that all day if you want to, man. Ain't gonna make nobody necessarily like you. It ain't necessarily gonna work, because the difference is, back in the days, it would have worked like Master P. Like if Rio was back with Master P, oh man, everybody gonna get super rich. Because all Master P did was came out and he dropped CDs and people paid $10 and took the rapping off, and now they got the 10. But now, if you be with Ree, I could listen to your music, but if I don't like it, it ain't gonna stream. And if it ain't gonna stream, you ain't gonna get no money.
I got a question. You know, Mos Def was saying Drake is not hip hop. Do you agree with that?
If we talking about, okay, it depends. Okay, Drake is rap though. Drake, okay, I would say Drake not,
he does have a cold hip hop album. I feel like they don't give it to him.
This the thing about hip hop though. The only way in hip hop though, it's an authentic thing. So I don't think that somebody could. I don't know. I don't think I don't really look at Drake like hip hop. I definitely look at Drake as rap and Drake as music.
Pop. I look at him as a pop star. He's a pop star for sure.
And he rap though. I can't really. I don't really know,
because hip hop kind of pop too.
Yeah, I ain't really a hip hop. Like I ain't a hip hop head. Like I get where they get that from.
Yeah,
though, you know what I'm saying? Because they be like, oh, he don't write his own rhyme. He didn't write all his own.
But rhymes. I'm not a big conscious rapper fan. Like I'm like certain rappers. I be like, cause when Mos Def said, I'm like, I don't listen to Mos Def, you know what I'm saying? So, like, but I listen to Nas, and Nas is a big conscious rapper. You know, Nas make it sweet.
Sorry, my brothers. I'm sorry. The camera's about to die. That's why my alarm just went off. So we do have to wrap up this episode, man.
We're going to keep this going.
Yeah.
Tell them where they can find you, my brother. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram. My name is _Los. You can find me around all the rappers. You can find me with Louis Ray. You can find me... Find me with BedRock. You can find me in Flint. I'm from the town. I'm here.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Man, appreciate you coming on, man, and blessing the airways with us, man. It's Low Spank the Bank, Ahmad the Poet, and that's a wrap for this episode.
Education.
You dig?